Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So in this video, we're going to go over some of our latest dividends that we got today for YieldMax. So let's jump right into it. So today, I believe, was Group Group B, and let's see. On their X page, we have another ETF. It looks like coming soon. Oh, they're going to be doing European funds. So this is some news here, some breaking news. Let's go to their X page over here. So, coming soon to Europe. YieldMax ETFs available in Europe are not distributed by the US YieldMax ETF distributor, Foreside Fund Services LLC. So that's some breaking news there. Okay, so as of today, we got a massive dividend for Palantir. The Palantir fund is incredible, $5.33. This is incredible. So we had our weekly payers, of course. Let me make sure I'm on the correct screen here. Okay, let me switch over to this one. Okay. All right. So we got 100% dividend for Palantir. Maro, we're up to 75%. Ulti, 75% as well. MRNY, 69%. LFGY, 62%, and so on. So let's start out with our weekly ones. We've got GPTY at 28 cents, LFGY at 47 cents, QDTY at 27 cents, and RDTY at 30 cents. SDTY as at 21 cents. Ulti is now weekly as well, 10 cents. YMAG is 8 cents, and YMAX is 13 cents. So we now have 8 weekly ETFs. And so today we got Babo as well, which was 76 cents. We got Dips, which was 59 cents if we round up. FBY was 55 cents. GDXY was 64 cents. JPMO was 37 cents. Mara, which is the Mara Option Income Strategy ETF, $1.48. MRNY, 18 cents. NVDY, 79 cents. And then this is possibly the biggest dividend that I've ever seen paid out. The Palantir Fund, $5.33. That, folks, is incredible. As a quick reminder, let's just go back to their website and go over the distribution schedule to see where we are. Okay, so we are here. Okay, so for Target 12 ETFs, our next payout is going to be, our next declaration day is actually April Fool's Day, but this won't actually be an April Fool's because this is going to be a real dividend declared on this day. Payment date is April 3rd. And then for A, B, C, and D, of course, for this week, we are on Group B, as I said, and the pay date is actually going to be Friday for these. So as a reminder, the funds that are in this group are over here. We've got NVDY, DIPS, FBY, GDXY, Babo, GPMO, MRNY, Palantir, and Maro. For a lot of us that hold Tesla, that was last week. So we did get our dividend for Tesla last week. As a reminder, here are all the weekly payers over here on the YieldMax site, Group A, B, C, and D over here. Okay. Now let's do some analysis here. Let's go over, we're going to go to Seeking Alpha, and I want to take the top one, Palantir, and compare it to its underlying. Okay, let's see where we were. Oh, it looks like the futures are up, thankfully. Only one direction we can go, right? Okay, so let's do this one here, Palantir. Okay, let's go over here. So Palantir dropped today to 92.28. We were as high as, let's see what it's saying here. Since a year ago, we were at one point, we were up 400% in Palantir stock. It's done absolutely incredible. Yeah, and then year to date, we were even up 64%. We're still up 22% for the year. Let's X this one out, and we're going to add its underlying to it. Well, PLTY, right? So we're going to look at PLTY, compare it to its underlying, because this is our top one, basically. So in terms of price return, it's negative 5.15. If we go since inception, it's been out since what, October 8th? So let's do an apples to apples comparison here. Let's go to October 8th to current day. So that's going to be over here. We're already almost through March. Hard to believe, right? Okay, so that is over here. So look at this. In terms of price return, we're up 30% versus 123% in the underlying stock. Let's look at total return here. This is our holy grail here. Total return, we're still doing much better in the underlying, 123% versus 71%. But we are seeing some very, very huge dividends paid out in this one. So let's go over our dividend history over here. X this one out. Oh, that's just looking at Palantir. Let me type in PLTY. Okay, so PLTY dividends. Our last one was 594. So this one is actually a little bit less. So I lied. This wasn't the biggest dividend I've ever seen. The biggest dividend payout I've ever seen would have been last month. So if we go to dividend history, this one has been very phenomenal. Does anybody know offhand if Curve has one of these for Palantir? Because I feel like Curve actually outperforms because what they were able to do with their Tesla fund in November and December, they were able to harvest more of the upside and pay out an even higher dividend to the shareholders. Let's see here. Palantir rules, 1,000 shares worth of dividends coming my way Friday. That's awesome. Hey, good for you. So what's that, like a almost $5,500 payday? Pretty good. Okay, so dividend history. Oh, PLTW, that might be. We'll look at that one next. Okay, so last 2 months of 2024, we had 220, then 335. We had 358 or 359 actually, the first month of the year. Then we had 298, then 594, which is by far our biggest one. So that one was insane. We were well over 100% on that one. Let's look up PLTW, which he's saying. Okay, so PLTW. Oh, that's the Roundhill one. So the Roundhill one, let's see how this one's doing. This one, I think let's do this here. PLTW. Okay, here we go. Ooh, not so good, but it just went public like a month ago. So we need to adjust over here to, let's see, February 19th. February 19th, and then select our end date over here. Here we go. Okay, so the worst performer is actually PLTW. Is this a weekly one by chance? Need someone to tell me. Let's do this here. Uh-oh. That doesn't look good. Focus on price return here. Uh-oh, I lost my other ones. PLTW. And then PLTY. Palantir. Okay. In terms of price return, PLTW is the worst performing one of all of these. So again, we're seeing the same theme that I always talk about. We're seeing that, again, the underlying stock performs way better than its dividend counterpart. So even though the dividends are great and huge and all of that, the underlying is still your best bet. And that's what I've really always held to. So if we look at PLTR for Palantir, we're over here. So in terms of price, we were up as far as 124.62. So, who knows? I might have to actually buy back in. I ended up getting called out of this one, by the way, like back in November. But being that it was at like 125 and it's back down at like 92, I may have to buy back in. Then again, it could have been artificially like overpriced and stuff. Welcome. You're a bit late to the game. So on that note, that's our, let's see, writing poor man's covered calls and Palantir. What's your strike and expiration dates? That's awesome. Yeah, so I did, as you all know that follow me, I do the wheel strategy. So with the wheel strategy, I'm typically able to make money on both sides, on the put side and the call side. So I'm able to enter into stocks and ETFs at the price I pick. So like Chipotle, I'm actually going to re-enter into that one, and that's going to be like $50 because Chipotle's been beat up, but it's a company I do believe in. And then I can pick the price that I'm okay with the stock getting called away at. So anyway, that's pretty much going to do it for us tonight. That's a summation of Group B YieldMax dividends. We'll come back again with more detailed spreadsheet analysis very soon. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe, and join Discord. Doesn't necessarily have to be in that order, but just make sure you do all three. And we will see you all in the next one. Take care. Good night. Bye.